Welcome back to This Old House here in Auburndale, Massachusetts, where we're working on this house. When we first got here, it was boxy and uninspired. But for the past several months, we've been working in and out to open it up to views of the river and to give it some character. And today, we'll show you the final transformation from a new kitchen and bathrooms right down to the lighting and furnishings. So join us right here on This Old House. The primary purpose of our project was to allow this house to take in these beautiful views of the Charles River. So that meant a modest addition off the back and a brand new deck. Now, Tommy built this deck to be virtually maintenance-free. He uses a PVC trim, and he's also got a composite deck and hand railing system. And I tell you, even on an overcast day like today, it's a great way to take in this scenery. But we also want to make sure we can use it at night. Hey, Alan.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
What we have here, Kevin, is a low voltage accent system that actually illuminates the entire deck area and then also going down the stairwell.
Yeah, I noticed that we've got one of these downlights on just about every post here. What are you putting in?
Well, this is the lamp, but basically what powers the lamp is a remote transformer below that bumps the voltage from 120 to 12 volts.
And I mean, I expect nothing less, but it's nice that you're able to hide the wires behind the post.
Actually, we worked with Tommy on that and it went very smoothly.
All right, well, I know we've got a whole nother package to talk about with Susan Arnold inside, but thank you for this.
All right.
Hey, Susan, good to see you again.
Hi, Kevin, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. So you have been busy lighting up our house.
Yeah, I think it looks fabulous.
Well, we are getting there. So a lot of different spaces, and I take it a lot of different lights.
Yeah, let me show you what we did in the foyer.
Please.
We lit it with some wall sconces. What I like about the wall sconces is they shine light up onto the ceiling, reflect the ceiling, and they distract you from the low ceiling height. They also throw some light on the walls and help wash the walls.
So not an effect we would have gotten with a recessed light where the light was just coming down.
That's right, but we used a recessed light over here in this little nook because as soon as you come in the front door, that's a great accent wall that we can use for artwork.
Okay, and that's a halogen right there. I thought all the, oh, you got two more halogens on this wall too. So another piece of artwork here. I thought all of the recessed lights were going to be LEDs.
Well, right now they don't make LED in an adjustable 4-inch size.
So you couldn't turn it to wash the wall.
Right, but we do have the LED in the kitchen area.
Yep, in fact, what, we've got 4 of them in the ceiling.
Right, we have the 4 recessed lights, which are our general path lighting in here.
Yeah.
We have pendants over the island, which create nice task lighting for us.
Now, I'm looking at incandescent A-lamp, something that's just like this, and it's actually a bulb that they're not going to sell in a couple years. Why are you installing these?
Well, in a couple of years. This is a 90-cent light bulb. Right now, an LED lamp for this would cost you probably about $100.
And if we wait a couple years, that price is coming down?
That's correct.
All right, we've got some under-counter lighting there, finish off the kitchen, and in the living room and sunroom, a whole different story going on. Not a single recessed light in these 2 rooms at all.
This is a great space. I didn't want to use any recessed lighting because we've got the architectural beams and I didn't want holes in the ceiling which would block the view of the river.
All right, but we do have to light certain areas because there's a lot of different things going on.
Right, we have the dining room area here with the nice oval chandelier, mimics the table shape.
And then in the corner, Tommy put in some beautiful millwork. Bookcases on either side of the fireplace, and you're lighting them with a strip.
LED strip light. It has an aluminum channel. This is actually the strip light which goes inside the aluminum channel and has a nice frosted diffuser over the top of it.
And that's what you end up with. Wow, that is really going to accent whatever books or artwork they put in there. And then for the rest of the lighting, it looks like sconces was the choice. You got 2 pair over the fireplace, and then against this little knee wall, we're going to have a couch, so more sconces.
Right, so this is an adjustable swing arm lamp which will fold down like this. It's actually on a wall dimmer right here, so when you're reading a book, you can highlight the book.
That is a great idea. And then similar idea in the sunroom. Boy, I tell you, when you get in here and you see these beams that Tommy put in, you can see why you wouldn't want to obstruct the ceiling at all. And so just sconces along the walls.
4 sconces, 400 watts, we're all set to go.
All right, well the furniture is on its way, so we're going to see it all come together in just a little bit. Thank you, Susan.
Thanks.
Up here on the 2nd floor, the kids' bedrooms are just about complete. The original wood floors have been refinished. The paint is on the wall, so now it's just time for drapes and some furniture. But we're also thinking about the kids' safety. So in addition to smoke alarms, which are required by code, we're also going to leave behind some fire ladders. And this will allow anyone to get out of the house through a window in an emergency. And it's a nice small profile, so you can stick it under a bed or in a nearby closet. And while we're thinking about the kids, Richard is hopefully thinking about the plumbing. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Kevin, we're getting to the best part of this project, the end. Finishes. We still have some mirrors to hang right here, some robe hooks. But look at this, beautiful faucetry, chrome, clean looking. You can see an under counter mount china bowl to a marble top. And look at this, really a piece of furniture. It's got a drawer underneath, okay, really looks great. So that's all done.
Nice.
We also want to think about water conservation in any modern bathroom. So we all know about dual flush toilets. One button is 1.0 gallons per flush for liquids. Another one is 1.6 for solids.
Right.
If there's been any rap on these dual flush toilets is that they can be hard to keep clean and they can stain. Well, this thing has a larger water spot, and that's really the measurement of the water in the bowl this way. So this is 9 inches by 8 inches. Many of them are like 5 inches by 4, and so it can really stain the bowl.
And the bigger water spot's going to help us keep this guy clean.
That's right, and it doesn't hurt that it actually flushes beautifully.
Yeah, so save some water there.
That's
Can we
right.
save some water with the shower?
Absolutely. Federal mandate for gallons per minute coming out of a shower head is 2.5 gallons per minute. So let me turn this on. Right there, that is 1.5 gallons per minute.
Wow, so
That's
significantly less than what's required.
about 40% less. Now I can turn this dial right here, and that's 2.0, and this is 2.5. So you can choose to go larger, but watch what happens when I shut this off. It defaults back to that 1.5 gallon.
So never more than the feds allow, but always defaulting to something that's going to save more
That's
water.
right. So now imagine this shower is on and all this steam is rising. We've got to worry about mold in these bathrooms.
So we want to get the steam out.
Well, look, watch what happens. The steam might come up here, and inside this fan right here, there's a little sensor inside there that's going to feel the change in humidity, and it'll bring the fan on, and it'll keep it on until the humidity level comes back down.
Wait a second. If I don't turn the fan on, it's going to come on automatically?
It'll be automatic. And if you do choose to turn it on manually, it'll be on a timer, so it won't be on all the time.
So it'll shut itself off, too.
That's
right. Smart device.
And it's quiet.
It's a nice bathroom, Richard. Well done.
For the most part, our homeowners are bringing their own furnishings back into their renovated house. But there are a couple custom pieces specified by our interior designer. The other day, she showed Kevin how they're being made.
Melissa, you got a lot of colors going on downstairs.
We do, isn't it awesome?
I guess, but it's not an easy thing to pull together.
Well, it is with custom carpet. We have this great fabric here. We then came in with a custom sectional and ottoman, and we needed something to tie the whole room together. In comes the custom carpet.
And so when you say custom, how much of this can you choose? Or can you choose all of it?
We can choose the pattern, but we actually liked one of their existing ones. We can choose the colors. You have all of these colors to choose from, which is, I mean, how cool is this? This is amazing.
Yeah, I guess that helps tie it all together.
And we have the smush factor. You can lay on this and watch TV. It's great for hiding dirt. It's a win-win.
I'll take a red and a smush. All right.
Then we come over here, and while we were looking at patterns there, we fell in love with this.
Where's this going?
It's going in the master bedroom. We knew we wanted a spa-like feel, and this we just all fell in love with.
So they'll make both of these for us.
On different looms, it is totally amazing. We've got to see it.
So John, you're our carpet maker?
No, I'm a weaver.
Oh, right, of
And
course.
I've been doing it for 20 years. And basically, this is the same principle from 100 years ago.
So this is a loom.
Yep, this is a loom, and we have those yarns there that we call the warp, and there are 900 of them.
Wow, look at them all.
Right, yeah. It took us 2 days. And the warp, what
2
it
days
does,
to what? To bring them to the machine?
Yep, each one.
By hand?
Individually.
Oh.
And we have also coming in from the other side what we call the weft.
So warp comes this way, weft comes this way? How many wefts?
One weft at a time, and you'll see that the needle is the one that brings it across.
So it's actually got the weft in its teeth right there?
Right, then after it hands off to the other one.
Oh, it doesn't go all the way across. It gives it to a second needle.
Right, and the other one takes it all the way across.
So that goes all the way across, and
Yep.
then...
And in the meantime, the harnesses are crossing.
Which are the harnesses?
The harnesses are these that are right here.
They're
And
doing
you can
what?
see them, they're crisscrossing right here, which does the interlock.
Ah, I'm starting to get it. So we actually have the warp, which is on top, and then on the bottom, on top,
Right.
and on the bottom, and then the weft coming this way, on top, below, on top, below.
On top below.
That's weaving.
That's weaving.
All right, but it's also about this pattern, right?
Right,
Because
which the pattern is made with this punch card right here, which the holes indicate the harness to go up, and when there's no hole, the harness goes down.
it's like the same thing that we see on a player piano. That's
Right.
incredible.
And if you see it running, you'll see that that's what the principle is. Harnesses going up, weft going across.
One weft at a time. How long is it going to take to weave a carpet the size of our room?
It'll take probably 3 hours.
Right. But you're actually weaving this in a lot bigger quantity.
Yeah, we weave it to 100 feet rolls, 100 foot.
And when the 100 feet is done, we've got ourselves a carpet.
No, you don't. You still call this a fabric. We get a carpet is when we back it, which is in the other process.
Can we see the backing?
Yes.
Thank you.
When it comes off the loom, it's still fabric. In this state, it would not hold up. It would torque, it would come apart. It needs to be backed for stability.
Which is what we're doing here.
Exactly. So it's laid, it's stretched, the wrinkles are removed, and through a spray process, a natural glue is sprayed on the back of the rug.
Right. And what is the backing?
The backing is a very tightly woven cotton canvas.
It's got a almost a sort of a weight there on the end of a metal rod, just pressing it down.
Exactly, and you can see some of the texture of the underside of the rug coming through.
And that is actually adhered. That is not coming off.
Nope, it's permanent. Once it's backed, cut to size, then we finish the edges. There's a glue applied. Chan here is folding the edges over.
Right.
Another glue is applied underneath this final binding. It's ironed.
And we end up with this. Wow, that's a beautiful piece.
It's going to look gorgeous in their house. The rug for our sunroom is a completely different look, and it's made in a completely different way.
Okay.
Yes, it's a tufted rug, and if you see here on a CAD system, you have the red, which is the loop, and you have the brown, which is the field.
All right.
And from here, it feeds the head over here, right, which we're running now the loop, which has two colors that she designed, right, the two reds, and it's shooting the needle. If you see it, it's shooting it onto the other side of the canvas,
All right,
which if you look on this side, Kevin, it's making a loop.
Oh yeah. So this is the idea of tufting.
Tufting
by
in,
pushing it
yeah,
through.
by pushing it through.
Wow, look at that move. And so it's doing all of the circles and ovals
and red.
first, and then you'll come back and do the field.
Then we'll come back and do the field. In a matter of probably 5 minutes, we'll be back doing the field.
John stops the machine so that he can change the needle and the color of the thread, and then he adds a knife to cut the loop.
Kevin, this is like now, you see that the brown is being pushed in as a loop, but that knife that I added on the head is what's cutting it, and it makes it into a pile.
So we have pile here and we have loop here, and this pile is considerably higher than the loop.
Yes, it is, so that when we shear it to the height of the customer wants, and it won't touch your loop.
So you're going to come back and cut it one more time. And you end up with a completely custom rug.
A completely custom rug. The great thing about this is there's infinite possibilities for design.
You like that, don't you?
I love that. And in 2 to 4 weeks, you get a custom rug.
All right, well, thank you, guys. Both processes were great to see.
Thank you so much.
For the last several months, we have had an army of craftsmen working on our project house, and now we get to see the results of all their hard work. When we arrived, we found a pretty nondescript house. It was painted a drab blue, there was a flat roof on the garage, and the front door was tucked around the corner and hidden thanks to some overgrown yews, and no landscape to speak of.
Well, Norm, we did have one great feature, a big old rotten Norway maple. So we took it down, and when we did, it allowed the front yard to be just bathed in sunlight. And because there's so much sunlight, we could put a lawn in. And after that, we had the opportunity to put in some great trees and shrubs. We even borrowed some perennials from the neighbor.
Well, it looks great, and you put in a beautiful walkway that leads up to this pergola, which is really a dominant feature here at the front of the house.
It's big.
It sure is.
But we're gonna soften it. We're gonna plant it with a hop vine. That grows really fast, 10 to 20 feet a year. So it's gonna cover this in the summer and cause shade. In the winter, it'll let the sun come through.
It should look great. See you a little bit later.
Okay?
Well, congratulations, Tom, on completing another great project.
Well, thanks, Norman. It was a great project, and what a transformation.
Right, and now you're down to the final details.
Right, we just finished hanging the shutters up on the second floor, and they really give a little detail and really a little bit of mass to the building.
Now, we've used these shutters before in New Orleans and Bermuda, and they seem to hold up pretty well.
Well, they hold up well because they're made of PVC and fiberglass, and they're painted so that it's very low maintenance.
All right, well, I'll see you later at the party.
Sounds good.
Now, another person that we have to check in with is Chris Chu. Now, Chris, you are responsible for getting us involved with this project.
That's right. When I first saw the call for submissions, my heart started to race because I knew I had a project with all the right ingredients.
Well, you certainly did, and you certainly did a wonderful job. The house is totally transformed inside and out. And you're also here just about every day.
Yes, I think it's very important to be involved through the whole process to make sure that the homeowner gets the house that was intended for them.
Well, I think they got that, so you should be very proud.
I am, and I'm just totally thrilled.
A few months ago, our kitchen was, well, small. There's no other way to put it. There was a wall that went right here and everything was cramped into this corner. And it really hadn't been touched since the 1940s. Well, today it is a completely different story, thanks in part to our designer, Donna Venegas, and somebody who spends a lot of time in kitchens, Chris Kimball. So here we have it. You had a lot of thought about the island, Chris, when we first started. Now we have got a beautiful one that is the focal point of the room. What do you think of it?
Well, it looks great, but in my household after a couple of weeks, you know, there'd be books, there'd be candy, there'd be toys, other stuff here. So the question is, are you going to be cooking or are you going to be living? But we'll find out.
Well, you're going to be doing both. And come on, let's face it, this is a family room that cooks.
Well, there you have it. You got both.
That's a good line. I like that.
All right. It does go right down the middle of the kitchen and sort of divides it on either side. Does that cause you any concern?
Well, yeah, all the food's over here. You have obviously cold storage in the fridge. You got dry pantry ingredients here, cans, etc. So the question is, does this turn into a bottleneck? When you get everything out, you got people sitting here. You know, you're gonna have to give a little hip check to get in the flour.
Well, Chris, this is the food workstation here. This is where everything's stored. The cook comes here, places everything he needs on the island, and look at this fantastic prep sink, dedicated to serving this cooktop here.
Right, and let's talk about the cooktop, because as this was going in, there was quite a bit of stove envy going on. I mean, look at this thing. It's got everything. 4 big burners, an integrated griddle, 2 more burners right here, all the real estate you need to cook on. Unfortunately, probably a lot of cleaning that comes along with it.
Well, not really, Kevin. They've thought it through. The burners are sealed, and all the pieces come off quite easily and are easily cleaned.
All right, looks like they also thought through the ovens. We've got 2 of them, a big one for the turkey and another one for who knows what, baking, I guess?
Well, actually, there's a 3rd oven over here.
This is an oven? I thought this was a microwave.
It's a microwave, but it's also a convection cooker.
Really? So a dual use, huh?
Yep.
Wow, they are up to their eyeballs in ovens. All right, well, Donna, thank you for your design smarts.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And Chris, thank you for being along for the ride since before we broke ground.
I mean, thanks for coming and criticizing, right? That's what I do.
It was helpful.
This really actually turned out a fabulous kitchen.
Thank you.
Great job.
Nice job, Donna, and I hope you guys stick around for the party.
Of course.
We absolutely will.
From the very beginning, a lot of thought went into what the final interior design would look like. So who better to show us around than our interior designer, Melissa Gulley. Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Norm.
The place is terrific. I mean, as soon as I walked in through the front door and saw this bright color, I was just sucked right in.
It's a visual teaser of what's to come.
That's what you did in here. Wow, look at this room. And talk about color. There's a lot of color in here.
With the number of windows and the amount of natural light, it can hold a lot of color.
Right, and it's a big space.
It's a big space that we've divided up into functional areas defined by furniture.
Okay, so you started with a seating area.
We start with the seating area. We have a sofa here with a smaller footprint, but the same seat depth of the normal sofa, so you don't give up comfort.
And you have plenty of room to get around the other pieces.
Exactly.
You know, the homeowners lost their dining room to the enlargement of the kitchen, but with the right furniture choices, this reads like a dining room, and you don't need to put walls around it.
Walls are overrated.
They are. And these drapes, they're impressive.
Thank you. We chose to hang them all the way at the ceiling, in fact, covering the rug to heighten the room.
Right, well, this house has low ceilings, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, and we have this gorgeous Mary Lou Fraser here. She made all of the draperies in the house, and they're so gorgeous. We used a secret weapon. We have an English bump cloth, which is flannel.
Ah, my favorite fabric.
Absolutely, and a blackout to protect the cloth from the sun.
Okay, so you've brought the drapes around the corner, but they stop as we go into the family room. And what an improvement this is. I mean, we started this project, there was a wall that was across here with only one way to get into a very small sun porch. You couldn't even see the river. Now you have a beautiful view.
This is what it's all about.
You know, when I first heard about this sectional couch, I said, boy, that's just going to be too big, but it
you
fits.
You need it big enough for a family of 4 to flop down and have fun.
Right. And it looks like you took the fabric from the
drapes and repeated it in here. In an open space like this, it's about repeating the colors and patterns.
Wow, this is exquisite.
Thank you.
Now up here in the master suite, it's a completely different feel. It's more monochromatic.
We've wrapped the room in light blue and cream. It's very soothing.
You know, Norm, I love the warm and energizing colors downstairs, but at the end of the day, I would like to come up to a calm and soothing environment, and this room really fits the bill.
One way to add interest in a room where there is a limited color palette is through texture. We have these great ruffles, the smooth texture of the flannel, these sweater knit pillows, and then we have this great print that we've repeated here on the drapes.
Well, I think this is certainly a room you'll be able to relax in, but for me in the master suite, the bathroom is the jewel.
Thanks, Norm. We are so thrilled with the bathroom. And an unexpected benefit of this great mosaic floor is that it really glistens and glimmers, just like the light hits the river outside.
Right. Now, no tub.
No, you know, we didn't really think we cared for a tub, but we did want a luxurious shower, and we think we got it.
You sure did. Rob Rapps did a beautiful job. You've got the marble on the walls and the ceiling, the mosaic tile at the base for the floor, and nothing finishes off a shower better than glass panels and a glass door. Beautiful workmanship.
Thanks, it came out really great.
You know, it's interesting that down here in the basement, the ceilings are actually higher than any place else in the house.
It was great. We didn't have to treat it like a basement. We've got this great seating area here by the fireplace. Another area over here by the TV. Kids can have fun, make a mess.
Raveen, what do you think?
This is spectacular, Norm. A few months ago, this was an outdoor patio. Now look at this amazing space.
Right, great transformation.
Tommy and his crew did a great job.
Sounds good.
We have another great space over here. We didn't have a room on the second floor for the laundry, so we found the perfect space back here. And why should laundry be boring?
Wow,
How to
look
have a little fun with something very ordinary.
This is great.
Right?
You've got a countertop that Tommy built, nice big folding area.
Yep.
And look at you with the fabric, the bright fabrics. You've made an ordinary utility sink actually look attractive.
There you go.
Well, you've done a beautiful job with the entire house.
Thank you so much.
You know, we have a party to attend.
We do. Let's go.
Well, Norm, the party is well underway. Everyone who worked on the project and all their family and friends are having a great time, and rightfully so. It's a huge transformation.
It sure is. And Tom, another great job.
It did come out nice, didn't it? But a lot of hard work from all of the subs, my guys, the architect, the designers. It really came out nice.
Well, you know, when we started this project, it was a pretty nondescript house. Some of the rooms in the front were very dark and closed in. There were a lot of walls that they didn't really need, and the house didn't really take advantage of the beautiful views of the river.
No.
But now, with it opened up and all these new windows,
and all these bright colors,
I mean, there's a surprise around every corner, and you can literally see from the back of the house to the front of the house the views, and obviously you can handle a huge party.
Yeah, we got a good one going here.
All right, so from everyone here at Auburndale, Massachusetts, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Norm Abram.
And I'm Tom Silva.
For this old house. So we say we're having a party.
This Old House magazine, the companion to the television series, provides advice from our experts that you've come to know. You can use your credit card to order 10 monthly issues for $10 by calling 1-800-221-5900.